Hi guys, Shimmy here, back again with a new tool from Italeri. Just arrived on Saturday. This is another one, which is promised for another guy. I'm not mentioning no names. Um, it's a long time overdue since Itaeri's brought one of these newer kits out, the newer Scanias. Bit disappointing that in some ways. Um, they've carried over the same engine from the previous Scanias. Slight touches of tweaks here and there. That's about it. The chassis is near enough the same. Again, some tweaking has been on, extra parts what have you, but for the biggest majority of it, the chassis and the engine is near enough the same as the previous models. Bodywork is completely different, as you can see from this one and the predecessor. Got this one a few weeks ago, or maybe last month was actually shown. Big difference in the cabin and so forth. There's PE work with this here, chrome tassels and so forth. So I'll give you a quick look what's in the box. So you get the PE work, your tassels and your chrome, obviously. Now it's in new molds. So I did have a quick look at it yesterday when it came. I haven't taken anything out of the plastic just yet. We'll start with our tassels. So a couple of number plates, different countries and so forth, and your main tassel for the V8. It's 1969 to 2019, the 50-year anniversary of this particular model. I think it's the S730, the V8. It's not the R730, which I would normally build. So this is the S730 Streamline, Highline, sorry, beg your pardon. They do have a couple of other kits coming out, I believe, according to some of the forums that was on. This one here, yeah, same kit I'm showing you here at the minute, only different livery. So I don't know when that's due out. There is another one of these as well with a triple axle. That's due out. I don't know when it's on the market. We'll get a look at the instructions later on. You get your PE work. Let's see if I can zoom this camera in anymore. You get some PE work with it, your grille and seat belts, buckles and so forth, and your V8 emblems. So a nice touch. Right away, there's a correction in the instructions just give you. The widen it, cut it, so forth. Not to cut the chassis itself, just to drill a couple of holes here and there. Nothing major. Chrome tassels, like the Scania, and the mirrors. The tires, branded exactly the same tires as before in the previous models. They are branded tubeless radial, it says on them, regroovable, no particular manufacturer on it. I think that's probably just for license, probably. But overall, not bad wee tires. So back in a second here. I want to open all this plastic up rather than do it on the camera, so bear with me. Right, we've got it all out of the package. Top of the wheels here. Normally we give these here in chrome or grey. As you can see here, they're satin black. They are black on the truck itself here, so it's down to your own preference whether you want to build it, or sorry, paint it the same colour or not. As I said, they're completely different body design, interior, door cards and so forth, seats, a bit of improvement over the last. I'm going to zoom in again. Over the last previous models. Nicely detailed dashboard, comes in 3 different sections, as you can see. Your footrest, sorry, footrest getting into the cab and so forth, and your interior cab floor. armrest for the seats, upper part of the cabin, your cupboards and so forth, storage compartments, the roof itself inside the cabin, back wall, bed cover, more back parts for the upper part of the cabin as your top the dashboard. So as I say, it's really nicely detailed, this dashboard. So it is. You can get a closer shot at it without getting too dark. It is a bit dark, guys. I'm going to keep this glare off. I'll turn the bigger light on. Any difference? Bit of a difference. So you can see, nicely detailed. So that's that done. Yeah, another part. Again, upper cupboards for the cabin, side panels for the cabin. Not too sure what that is. I think it's not part of the bed. Then the molded colour. It's actually they're calling for a pearl yellow with paint. From Valero. It does send them instructions. I'll just get that in a second. You got the option of opening your door, driver's door. No option for the passenger's door. Nicely engraved Scania in the back. These are molded in. The previous models they're not. You do add to it. There's some nice detail on the firewall here. Front bumper, nicely detailed as well for your light bezels and so forth, spotlights. Wind deflectors on the front for the bumper, or sorry, just onto the side of the hood, bonnet. Upper spoiler, 2 cutouts for your lights. I imagine there's probably a clear part goes on that. Just have to double check. And then your main cab itself. Again, 2 spotlights for the front end here. You can see this where my finger is. Next one is your mud guards, which are pretty much the same from the previous models. And side skirts are slightly different. Front grille is different. There's some tread plate in here to go on. Side panels, the mud guards are near enough the same as the previous model. You've got your wheel chokes here. Brackets for your mud guards, near enough the same. You've got your window deflectors, side panels for the cab itself. Different. And then these upper parts are slightly different as well. The lower part of the grille, I think this bit is. Your wing mirror, double wing mirrors in this one, which is a neat touch rather than having a separate part having to add on to it. I think we come to engine and so forth now. They did carry it over on so many ways where the previous model engine was, but they did change the cylinder heads here, as you can see. Try and keep this in the light, guys. I know it's hard to see. They did change them over. One-piece wiper system built in with the grille. I'm going to see if I can get a better background. Hold on with you guys. Might be a bit better. As I said there, they did change the cylinder heads over slightly, more rounded. As you can see here. Can't zoom in anymore, guys. I'm up to a maximum. Fuel tanks are different. Inner guards up front are different. You have other tanks here which are different. Slight adjustments on the seat cushioning, suspension. More auxiliary tanks here of some sort are different. There are tanks here, slightly different. There's a LED actually that's different from the previous on a sprue. Newer steering wheel, ignition, shrouds and so forth. Some great detail in the panels for the door cards, like your buttons, wing mirrors and electric windows and so forth. Next one I think is your chassis. Yep, your chassis. Fuel tanks. They've added some of the parts to the previous models which are not needed. I don't think these are needed, these fuel tanks, on this one and some other bits and pieces. They've changed this to the hinge mechanism, which is good to see, but they do give you the hinge mechanism from the previous kits, not needed in this one. Not badly detailed chassis. You can highlight those wee nuts and so forth just to make it pop a wee bit better. Some of your cross members, again I don't know if they're going to be used, just have to double check on the instructions. Again, I don't think these ones are used now. These are your supports for your tilt and cab, so I think they've done away with, but I don't know why they give it to with the kit. So we move on to the engine. Right, they do give you the original, the old version of the engine in this. Heads, that is, along with the cylinder block itself, built-in transmission, all one piece. Your sump guard, engine guard at the bottom here, your coolant fan, the old type of seat cushions, you're not going to need those. Your radiator, shroud for your radiator, your fifth wheel. A lot of the other parts here probably won't need, but we'll just have to double check. Your differential, or sorry, drive train, drive shaft. A couple more storage boxes of some sort. They actually go with a heat exchange, I think. Not heat exchange, the filter box or something like that. That's all the parts more or less. Our instructions, which are just offside here. So there's the parts that you're not going to need in the kit, which is the old type exhausts. The old cylinder head blocks, seat cushions. As you can see, they're all blanked out, the parts you're not going to need. Choose version before assembly, so you have two different setups here, depending which one you want to go for. Zoom out again. Some exploded views of the pipes from the radiator and the block itself. It doesn't show you on the other quickly. Your drivetrain now, your wheels and so forth, suspension, fuel tanks, your wheel chokes, and your exhaust. Still with the chassis here, more tanks to go on, tread plating, fifth wheel, cab supports, which is suspension. And I'll move on to the cab itself, the interior, door panels, side panels, so forth, cupboards, your bed, your floor itself, seats, and your seat belts. Now, I haven't built this kit yet, so I don't know what's going to be like previous models that I've done in the past. You can go ahead and build a full interior, build your full cab and slide your interior up until it, rather than building around it. It asks you to do in the previous kits, sorry. But this is basically the same. Once you get your interior built, you build your frame body to the interior itself, interior cab, tub should I say. Got an option here of opening the grille, open version only. You get the drill 2 holes. Some smaller antennae on the top here. Last time I seen that was on the Streamline kit. Get the option here to cut the driver's door open. It is engraved. Sharp standing blade to cut that open for you, no problem. Takes a lot of wing wires, smaller bits and pieces. And the glass is different setup on this one. Normally I glued it from the inside, so it's glued from the outside. Slightly different wing wires, make it look nicer actually. And then move on to our windbreakers, so forth on the back, brackets and other bits and bobs. Front grille, you got the closed version or the open version. I don't know what to do just yet. Be a wee while before we join this. It'll probably be next year's big rig group build. That and probably another trailer of some sort. And then you got your PE for your front grille here. So you have 4 pieces. Sorry, 5. There's it in its open position. That's in its closed position. So if we get an idea to open it up, yes, I would, because there's all that detail in behind that on the firewall I showed you earlier. Some nice curved painting that'll make it pop. Again, open version for your grille and your front bumper and so forth, which is a completely different setup again. Something very similar to excuse me guys, from the previous Scanias. We do add this front fenders to the front bumper. Don't know why they can't mold that in one piece. Side aprons to protect your fuel tanks and so forth, and your spare wheel. My voice is going. Then we got our hinges. What I found, excuse me, with these hinges, they can be hit and miss most times. I managed to get mine done and fixed okay on the big rig build at the minute. And all the tassels are near enough on the cab itself. I'll probably show it later on sometime this afternoon or tomorrow. I don't know, off topic or sorry. What I found on building these kind of trucks on even the Mercedes, DAF and Renault and so forth, it says here to have your bumper on and then try and get your cab on with your 2 pins. Wrong. You're not going to get it on that way. It's going to be very difficult, very tight for space. So put your cab on first. In my preference, I've never had any problems. I don't know about this model. And then you can add your front bumper too. Otherwise you're going to find it very hard getting those 2 wee small pins in. So your hinge supports. Getting close to the finish here. Open version, closed version, and then open version again. That's your hooder, closed position, and then the open position. Driver's door is opened, and the driver's door is closed. Some PE work that we've done here, mix the emblems, the V8, and then a main colour and tassel placement. So the colour for the truck itself is gold, yellow, matte. Valero 60042 metallic yellow. Gloss black from Tamiya X1, and gunmetal from Tamiya X10. You can go for a Tassel or chrome on the Scania front here. It does give you that option in the Tassel front. Dashboard Tassel and steering wheel tassels. Clear red for your indicators, taillights sorry, and clear orange for your side markers. So there you go, guys. Bit of a minute there, 20 minutes, only 1 minute, so there you go. Fair play to leave, he's carried all the way through the end. Another note, I said there a minute ago, I got all the tassels done on the big rig. The cab, I'll try and get that up sometime this afternoon or tomorrow. Came out pretty well, I think. I kept it down to minimum. I didn't go too crazy on the chrome. I got all our lights in, all our wires are put away and so forth. So as I say, I'll try and get it up sometime this afternoon or tomorrow. And we'll see what happens. Right guys, so thanks for watching. I'll speak to you all later. Bye.